Hello again. This is Sammy. I haven't done an update in a while, so I figured I would do one of these little video ones because I guess this is what I'm going to do when we have big news to share. So I'm going to tease that a little bit, so we're going to hold on just a second. But Sam is doing great. Every day he makes a little bit more progress, which as long as he keeps progressing, then there's no reason to think he will ever stop. He has stood up. I know I posted a picture of that, like when he was with his therapy team. He stood up the first time over 5 minutes. Since then he's gone up and down 4 times with standing periods of time in between there, then sitting down, then up. Like that was in one therapy session. Another time he was, it was kind of like the bar thing, except there's kind of like this belt that went around his butt and kind of supported him, and he did 25 minutes standing on that. And then on Friday, then he did on his, they have a little walker for him. He did 15 minutes on his walker. He's standing up straighter. He's had a lot of tension in his right side of his neck. And you know, that's easing up. It's still like those muscles are just really tight. It's something that he's working out. Same as he has some tension in his right wrist and his left thumb. Other than that, he's loosening up really well, which is great. You know, he had a lot of trouble. His arms were really rigid when we were at Mission, and even since then, a lot of, you know, like elbows and stuff being tight. He never really had any problem with his legs. You know, those always stayed, the legs and hips always stayed really loose, so that's always good. But everything else is loosening up nicely. When he's standing up straighter and taller, and he's working on getting that head, you know, up, his shoulders back, all of that, just working on, you know, good posture, like we probably all should be working on, or at least I know I do. I hunch a lot anyway. So sorry, I'm a little snotty. Sorry, I guess a little sniffles, allergies, whatever, going around. So, other than that, then, you know, his hands have loosened up, so he's working on his grip. He doesn't quite have that yet, but he's able to, at least he's making fists. His right hand was really swollen. The swelling has gone down there because he was kind of like, he was doing like this with his hand, so we're working on getting that wrist flat. His fingers have loosened up. I mean, they're still a little tight, but nothing in comparison to what it was. The wrist is still really, really rigid, so we're working on that. We got him a fancy splint and things, so he is still he's still working on communication. He's gotten he's becoming more consistent with shaking his head yes and no. So that's good because, you know, we want to be able to communicate with him and make sure, you know, there's things that only he can tell us, like, are you in pain and are you comfortable and things like that. Do you want me to stop messing with your head? Because I'm always like messing with his head and straightening it out. So that I actually don't listen to. When he shakes his head yes, I'm just like, tough. But anyway, so he speaking is still rare. You know, it was like he would say a couple words every couple days until yesterday, Sunday. Then he spoke a lot. Like he was just going. Like it was just like, I don't know, like something just happened. Part of that is because his neck is still really rigid. There's a lot of, I'm learning all sorts of things, but there's all of these muscles in your neck go into speaking and your vocal flaps and all of this different stuff. So that all of this being so tense was making it difficult. And so when he spoke a lot yesterday, it was soft, you know, and towards the end of the day, then it was becoming very soft. Like I had to actually like put my ear to his mouth to hear him, and I was missing some stuff. But he started speaking more, so that's awesome. We think because these muscles again are loosening up, but that's helping. He's doing a lot of his speech therapist was in today, and he's doing a lot of the correct mouth movements and everything. Like even before he was actually vocalizing the words, then he would be mouthing the words. So like his tongue and everything is getting there. It's just one of those things that it's going to kind of take some time. And the good thing is that nothing is injured or paralyzed in there. So it is something that can be improved on as time goes. Like, some stuff just takes time. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of muscles. So same with like walking and stuff, you got to build those muscles back up. We're working on getting him into like off the feeding tube. That's going to be a big, long process too. But we're taking, we want to be careful. We want to make sure we're doing it right. So we are doing a trial on bolus feed, which is like when they give them, like he's on a pump into his feeding tube, and it's continuous. So what we're doing is we're going to keep the continuous feeding going through the night, and then do 2 large feedings. It's like eating a meal, so your stomach gets used to having like that big portion at once and dealing with that. One at 1 o'clock and one at 4 o'clock. I spoke with the dietitian about this on Saturday, and she came up with the plan and everything. So we have to wait until like a doctor officially approves it to go ahead with it. But it should be okay, because he's doing better with everything on that side. So that again is something that needs to happen before he can start eating real food. His stomach has to be able to handle those big portions at once and deal with them and all of that kind of stuff. So we're easing him into it to see all about that. So he's done all sorts of amazing things. He's, Sunday, yesterday, he reached out and like stroked my face, and he's been touching my, like reaching out and touching things and stuff like that. So that of course like made me cry. I was like, oh my God, I love you. And then one of the first things he said, I think it was like the second, but yesterday when he was talking, one of the first things was that he told me that he loved me. So again, just bawling tears, like, oh my God, I love you so much. Like, you're fabulous. He's great. His disposition has still been, super hardworking, all that kind of stuff. So, he's just doing amazing. Like he laughs a lot. Everybody loves dealing with him. Like the nurses, the CNAs, the staff, like they're all fabulous, and they love him because everyone loves Sam. He's great. So the big news that I was teasing earlier is we had a representative come in today from the Shepherd Center in Atlanta to do an on-site evaluation, and because we did a referral since he's kind of like leveled up, and he has been accepted. So, woo! We're going to Atlanta. Very, very exciting. Even more exciting is there was like 2 different programs. There's the very aggressive rehab program that they have, and then they have another disorders of consciousness, kind of like when you're coming out of a coma, when you're still in a coma, that there's a lot of gray area between when you are in a coma, you're coming out of it, when you're able to do like the aggressive rehab, which is like 3 hours a day or more, depending on what you can handle. So at one point we were thinking he might go to the disorders of consciousness program. He doesn't need to go there. They are ready for him to go into the aggressive rehab. One of the things that's awesome about Shepherd is that they get the patients ready to come home. So they will be getting not only Sam ready, but me and the rest of his family and the people who will be his caregivers. And they've done miracles, so many miracles. They have a YouTube channel, of course. They have stories of hope. It's like their success stories with their patients. There's one in particular, if you want to look it up, and I'll post it to like the group and in the comments if I remember to do that. But his name is Cole Burton. Different way that the injury was sustained, but very similar case to Sam. And he's walking around and talking and wants to join the Navy and things like that. So they're one of the top 10 brain injury rehab facilities in the country, and so they do just like amazing work. So we are incredibly grateful. All of the prayer warriors, vibe warriors, all of the hugs and good thoughts and just keeping us in there and just sending all of this energy and love and everything our way, of course, has made this happen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So we're super excited. I can't believe it. It's great. It might happen as early as next week. That's what we're hoping for. Of course, there's paperwork and insurance and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff that we have to deal with. So we'll deal with all that and get him ready. And then they'll also, you know, any modifications we need to make to the house, things like that, then, you know, they'll help us, you know, prepare for bringing Sam home and getting him back into the world and into the workplace and all of that kind of stuff. So we're super, super excited. And shout out to Carolina Pines, because they have been amazing. You know, we absolutely could not have gotten to this point without them. One of the reasons I picked them was when I toured the facility, they were all so incredibly warm and caring. Like, you could just tell with the little interaction I was having with them, that they you know, they care, you know. And the therapy team was excited to work with Sam, and that was huge for me, because that's what we needed, is people who believe in miracles and believe that progress can be made and believe in Sam, and they do, and they've been doing amazing, and he's been doing amazing. And you know, we told them when we went in that this was our goal, is we wanted to level him up enough so we could be accepted into the Shepherd Center, and they made it happen. You know, everyone there, and Sam, and all of you guys and everything, like that's why we get to have this wonderful news today. So it kind of depends, you know, how, you know, progress and everything, you know, the timeline is uncertain of how long we will be in Atlanta and all of that kind of stuff. But I will be reaching out to people now, because I'm heading to Atlanta, so I will need help, you know, here at the house and taking care of some things and stuff like that. So thank you for everyone who has already been helping, that helped when we were at Mission, that has still been helping, you know, Kenny coming out and mowing the grass, and everyone who offered to come and help mow the grass, Brian before him, Gemma, shout out to Gemma, because she has been, you know, she's coming every 2 weeks to help me, like, keep the house clean and stuff, because the cats are just, I don't know, having parties or something while I'm gone and just throwing fur everywhere. And, you know, I think I had swept like twice and maybe mopped like once in this entire time. So she offered, she said, hey, you know, I can help. And I was like, you know, thanks for offering. And then, like, I think it was less than an hour later, I went back and I was like, hey, you know what? I absolutely want to take you up on that. Like, yes, I don't know why I'm even hesitating. I need it. I need the help, and that would be awesome. So, and she, you know, I came home Sunday to a beautifully clean, amazing house, and, you know, it's wonderful to have the yard mowed, have the house clean, have you know, all of that little bit. So anyway, that's not a tangent. But I'll be reaching out to people, all of you folks that have, you know, offered help and everything, before we didn't really need it, you know, but we do now. So now is the time, and it's your time to shine again. So I'll be setting all stuff up. You guys know how I love scheduling things and all of that. And even some things just in the more immediate future. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll reach out to people. So, really excellently amazing. I want to do another little shout out to Blue Mountain, because they're awesome, and, you know, no hesitation when I told them that this was a possibility and maybe happening and this and that. And then when I called today and talked to them, you know, about the fact that, you know, like, I'm going to Atlanta and I don't know when I'll be back, and, you know, they're totally fine with it. And knowing that when I return and when Sam returns back to work, like, that we will have jobs to return to after all of this is huge, you know, because that's not normal nowadays. And all the support and everything that they've been giving us through this whole time has been insane. Just, you know, literally saying, do what you need to do. Like, that's the priority. Don't worry about it, you know, not having that weight. And of course, Sam's family has been amazing. Carla, his mom, has been there just as much as I have. And, you know, when I go to work, then she's able to stay with him. And, you know, anytime I need any extra time or anything like that, then she's there and ready, and, you know, doing PT with him and doing all these extra exercises that we do with him that the therapy team gives us, and just constantly working him. then, you know, that again, like that's why we're going to Atlanta, is because of all of that amazing support and love and belief in Sam and his ability to heal and to come back to us. And it's totally working and happening, and I can't believe that, you know, I think back to where we were when we were at Mission and to where we are now, then it's insane how much progress has been made and how different the situation is and how it continues to be different every day. One of the things the lady at the Shepherd Center said is, she was like, you know, in a year you're going to look back at this time and be like blown away by everything that's happened. And I told her, I was like, I already am. Like, we you know, they said we would never get to this point, and here we are, and we already surpassed everything they ever said that he was capable of and that was possible for his future. And now we're not only there, but now we're headed to one of the best brain injury rehab facilities in the country, you know. So wow, just wow, and so exciting and so awesome, and I can't wait for all of it. And it of course is kind of scary, and things like, I don't know, traffic in Atlanta sucks and I'm a horrible driver, and you know, things like that, but it'll all be fine, so whatever. Anyway, this is getting a little long, but I just want to tell everyone, and just holy crap, y'all, holy crap, we're going to Atlanta. So and they have so much cool stuff, and I want to throw this in real quick because one of the cool things they have is like exoskeletons. Like they say on like one of their videos, they're like, you know, think of like Iron Man and like his suit that he has, and they have like these exoskeletons that help people like learn how to walk again and stuff like that. Like, that's insane. Anyway, that was just really cool. And they have so much other cool stuff besides just that, but just like, dude, right? Like, that's so cool. Anyway, I love all of you guys, and holy crap, we're going to Atlanta. So, love you all. Bing. And thank you again. And as always, I will keep asking you forever and ever, just keep all of it coming to us, you know. Thank you. You guys are fabulous. I love you. You guys, ladies, kids, folks, animals, all of it. I don't care. Everything, every little bit. All of you guys are wonderful, and we love you, and thank you. And here we go. Bye.